castle walls mean nothing to you. Up on top of a parapet that looks like nobody can even reach, you see there in the courtyard, surrounded by 6 knights and a number of men-at-arms, and what looks like 2 crow keepers that are massaging their chins to just straight up Dolmakia rows. You even kind of recognize them by their faces. You see, in a broad mantled, freshly made black cloak, black crow feathers, stalking, kicking these loose moss-covered rocks back and forth, just soaking under the rain, is Casimir Gavendale. Entering the space, riding up and dismounting and entering into the courtyard, you see a number of much better dressed, well adorned knights of House Seremai, or knights of House Tachonis. There's one clearly lord of House Seremai who has that shield you saw. He looks he looks about 6'9", broad-shouldered. You see that he has a spear with a pennant of his house strapped to his back, sword at his side, has the shield on his arm. He looks around smiling. You see as he does, he licks his teeth, and you can see, swear almost that there's something luminous in his mouth, something casting light. In front of him, you see that there are 2 other figures, one of whom you recognize as a cousin of the House Tachonis, the Lord Dosit Tachonis, and his older sister. You see his older sister, black, silver, finery. You see she carries no weapon at all. You see that her face looks gaunt. You see that she has a tattooed face, that she has teeth tattooed on the outside of her lips.
Oh, shit.
This is the Lady Univir Tachonis. You see that Casimir turns around and says, "About fucking time, innit? I'm standing here in a fucking heap of rubble. You sent me to the arse end of Timony. You fucking crooks, liars! I gave you Thiazi Fang on a fucking plate." Dosit, who has a thin rapier at his side, steps up and produces a scroll. It says, "For the second time in a week, Mr. Gavendale, Lord Gavendale, the title to Castle Sloke." "Where is he? Where's the lion? I want him hanged down in that fucking... You couldn't even call it a village! What is that? I want him hanged. My first act as Lord Sloke is him dead." Information has come to the attention of House Tachonis. Seremai is no more concern of yours. Stole my deed, almost slit my throat in that fucking tavern in Dolmakia. No concern of mine. How are these people to know that I am not to be trifled with if I am stolen from and there is no justice done? This is the 3rd time you've raised your voice to me. I understand that you are disappointed with the generosity of House Tachonis. Given that you are mud, I would take it a kindness to have any castle at all. What fucking castle? Only point for castles you can't get in, and the fucking wall's falling down! Perhaps you should levy some taxes and see to it that it's repaired. As the widower of the dear old Lady Sloke, I can tell you that the repair of the castle ever dwelt on her mind for every day of our very short marriage. I gave you Thiazi. I watched him fucking die. I served with him. He was fucking... He used to mean something. And I gave him to you, and it was supposed to change everything. I watched him. I watched him look up. Saw the terror in his face. He saw that fucking falcon. he always believed. And you see that Univere, who hasn't spoken, whips her head over and says, Falcon. He saw a falcon. Do you speak poetically? Answer me quickly. And you see Casimir says, who the fuck? And you see that he is raised off the ground. You don't see any movement on Univire's part. And then he suddenly drops. And she says, answer me now, or die. And he goes, it's a real falcon. He just saw a real falcon. It was the last thing he saw before he died. She says, we need to go. And Dosa turns around and says, it's a pleasure doing business with you, Lord Sloke. And you see that Casimir gets up and just hucks a rock in their direction, misses, just says, fuck you! Fuck you! See that Dosa looks over at Sir, the knight of House Seremai, and you see he goes, teach him a lesson. And you see that the knight walks over, grabs Casimir, throws him on the ground, pulls his pants down, and takes out a sword, and literally just with the flat of the blade, rains blows down on Casimir Gavendale, kicks him hard in the head on the way up. And you see that he stands up, and you see that the knight of House Seremai looks at these other 6 knights, who you can see the knights that were with Casimir, armor's not looking that great, it's sort of piecemeal, just looks at all of them and goes, bow to your lord. He is worthy of your respect. He is your better. As Casimir just sort of whimpers on the ground with a bleeding ass exposed to the rain. And the envoys at House Tachonis begin to get on their horses and ride out. He gets up, pulls his pants up. You go out in that village. You drag everybody out of the homes. We're gonna double the taxes.